And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video, you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. What's up, my YouTube friends, viewers, subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banger motivational video. And the topic for today is self-reflection. So if you have no idea what it is, it's like looking in a mirror and you see yourself. So same thing with self-reflection, meaning before you say or do anything, you think about it. So when you look in the mirror, you see what you look like, because you can't see yourself without seeing your reflection. That's how you look. Imagine if we live in a world where we didn't have cell phone or mirror or anything that reflect us. We can't see ourselves. So it's the same thing for self-reflection. You are fully aware of your decision making, your desire, everything that you want, how you think, your attitude, how you walk, how you talk, all these different type of stuff. Because what I notice is a lot of people end up ruining their lives and losing stuff they work so hard to get because they lack self-reflection. Most times things happen and like in the moment, people can't say think or can't process or whatever the case may be. But that's what a lot of people need to work on, because if you lack self-reflection, bro, you will lose everything you work so hard to get. You know why? Because number one, you work 5, 10 years trying to have something, and then you're in a tense situation where you can't think straight, you black out, you gamble everything, then you lose everything you work so hard to get. People that do stuff like that, like start, like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with starting over, but when you literally go out of your way to ruin your own life over and over and over again, that's a person that lacks self-reflection. Because like I've said, self-reflection is seeing yourself, like how before, like no matter what situation that you're in, you know what you're about to say. You're fully in control of yourself, so you have self-control. But self-reflection is knowing exactly what you're saying, what you're doing, what you're about to do, what you're thinking. You don't have to speak what you think, because a lot of times people get upset and they say whatever they don't mean, and they do this and they do that. That's a person like that lack self-reflection. So my advice to you is you have to practice self-discipline and practice self-control. Because if you lack those two stuff, then you can't have self-reflection, because you can't see how you're acting, you can't see what you're saying. Most times things happen, and like I said, in the moment somebody say something you don't like, you lack self-control. Oh, this person hurt me, I need to hurt this person, blah 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 blah. Garbage. The only way you can practice self-reflection is get to know yourself. Like I've always said in most of my motivational videos, you need to know what triggers you, and you need to know how to deal with it. You need to know what your weaknesses are, and you need to learn how to control yourself. Because like, how many times have you seen somebody in a bad situation make a dumb decision and they lose everything? At that point, it makes no sense for you to work hard to gain something just to lose it just like that. Because, like, let me tell you something. We live in a world where it's so hard to build something, but it can crumble just like that. You can take 10 years to have a business, and all it takes is you hire one person and they mess everything up. That's how it is. You can work hard to save some money to buy a house, and all it takes is one person to like have you ruin everything. Like, you have to like, people need to practice these type of stuff. And that's like that's something pertaining to self-discipline, of you keeping yourself in order. So if you lack self-discipline and you lack self-control, then you can't practice self-reflection, because you can't see yourself, you can't control what you say, you can't control what you do, because you're upset. Because I know, oh, I'm hurting, I need to release. No, no, no. Let me tell you guys something. Most times, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because you may be upset, but you can say the same thing when you're upset, and you can say the same thing when you're calm to the same person. But guess what? That person is going to receive those two information differently, because you have different tones when you say it. You know what I mean? So if you're upset and you say something to somebody, to you, you may not seem as if you're speaking aggressive or some type of way, but the receiver is thinking you're being arrogant, you're being disrespectful. That's just how it is. So most times when things happen, I strongly recommend you calm yourself down before you go ruin your own life. I've seen it over and over and over and over and over again. People literally ruin their own lives. And guess what? Every day they wake up, they complain about it over and over and over and over and over again. They blame everybody else for what they did wrong. And people need to stop blaming everybody else and blaming everything else and start taking responsibilities for their own actions. Because, like, nobody can ruin your life but you. A person may try to slow down your process or may try to affect what you're doing, but they can't truly stop you. So, like I said, self reflection. You need to know yourself. All my motivational videos have that same choices of words. You need to know who you are. If you have no idea who you are, you can't control yourself. You can't discipline yourself. Some stuff you can't do. Like friends and family and your parents, they may try to keep you, say, not say in line, but they may try to keep you on top of things. Like they motivate you to like get up, get a job, get some stuff going, but you have to really want it as bad for yourself just so you can keep going. If you don't want it for yourself, then you can't keep going. You're not motivated to achieve nothing. So self-reflection is about knowing your motives, knowing what you're after, your desire, what you want in this world. And in order for you to know all of that, like I just said, you have to know who you are, because if you have no idea who you are, then you don't know what you want in life. You do not know what you want to become. You have no desire. You have no motives because you're aiming for nothing. If you don't know yourself, then you're basically aimless. That's just how I see it. So a person that lacks self-reflection, I think that's a person that's like aimless and have no idea who they are, what they're driven by. Because like if you truly know yourself, and you truly have goals and you're interested in some stuff, like you literally spend time to figure out who you are, not just what you look like based off your attraction, because it goes way beyond just attraction. Self-reflection isn't just you looking in the mirror and say, oh, I'm cute, I got nice hair, I got this. No. It's about your behavior, your motives. So when I say self-reflection, I don't mean go inside the mirror and stand up and look at yourself. That sounded weird. Not the point. Not the point. But it's the same thing. Reflection, like when you look in a mirror, it reflects you. But self-reflection is like looking at you, not looking at everybody else. So not blaming everybody else for something that you're not doing or something that you did wrong or something that you don't understand. Because people spend more time blaming everybody else, but they don't see that they were at fault. And if that being said, and with that being said, it's going to be hard for you to practice self-reflection. Sorry, if you can like look within yourself and see that, say, you affected somebody. Like most times, like I think it, like I said, in the moment, people can't think straight, and that's one of the downfalls. Because like that's like you can't work under pressure. You can't do anything under pressure. Because the moment you're in a tense position, then you black out. You say and do something, bro. That's how you lose everything you work so hard to gain. And we live in a world where people are literally losing more than how they're gaining, and they're literally starting over more and more and more than how they are moving forward. Because people will literally get up and say work 6 months, something happened, boom, drop down, start all over again. Work 2 months, boom, drop down, start over again. Like people, I literally see people doing that. There's no momentum. There's no consistency. You can't build something and you're not being consistent because you don't know what you're driven by. You don't know yourself. Sorry, you don't know what you're after. So in order for you to know your motives, you have to know who you are and you have to know who you're driven by. If you lack self-reflection, then you also lack self-motivated, self-discipline, and self-control. If you lack those three stuff, then you will definitely lack self-reflection because you can't see yourself. Because if you have self-control, then you can practice self-reflection because you can see and control your words, your attitude. Somebody says something and you already have an attitude. Then by the time you sit down and you're all calm down, you're like, I shouldn't have did that. Then let me apologize. People like say apologize after. They lack self reflection because they can't control themselves in the moment. Self-control isn't just about sitting down and controlling yourself. You don't know how much you can control yourself until you're under pressure. So don't think, oh, I can get up and I can do this. No, 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 no. Garbage, garbage, garbage. You don't know what you're truly capable of until you're in a tense position. The same thing with self-reflection. You can't say, oh, but I can say this and I can do that. I know what I'm saying. Put you in a tense position and watch yourself. See where I'm going? So with that being said, is you got to practice self-control in order to have self-reflection, and you have to take the time out to know yourself. Like, people spend way too much time trying to know others and trying to do this and trying to do that. The only person you should truly try to know is yourself. Is yourself. That's the biggest thing. And I think life is about that. I don't think life is about this flashy lifestyle, car, house, traveling, all this kind of stuff. Like, those stuff matters. Like, that's a decision. Like, you decide that you want to travel, you don't want to stay in this country, you want to go see the world. You don't want to drive a normal car because you work so hard and you have a business. You want to drive a car that you're comfortable in. Like, those stuffs matter. Don't get me wrong. If you got the money to do it, those stuffs matter. Those are, I would say, having those type of stuff like traveling, lifestyle, nice house, those type of stuff is like classified as lifestyle. So that's like a decision. But the biggest thing in life is knowing who you really are. Because if you don't know who you really are, then you can't know what you're driven by. And if you don't know what you're driven by, then you can't have motives. And if you don't have motives, then you can't have goals. And if you can't have goals, then you can't achieve nothing. You can't, like, there's nothing you can achieve if you don't want nothing out of this world because you don't know who you are. Bro, you have to know who you are in order to know what you want. If you have no idea what you want or what's going on or nothing about nothing, then you truly don't know who you are. You get up every day, day by day, spending too much time worrying about everybody else but yourself. You need to know who you are. You need to take the time out to know who you are. Let me say it one more time. Self-reflection isn't about looking in the mirror and see whatever you look like. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. A lot of people ruin, like, I've seen people like literally ruin their own lives. Literally work for 4 years, then boom, lose everything, start all over again. At that point, it's like there's no sense of, say, working because you're just gonna lose everything all over again. And guess what? They don't know because they're busy pointing fingers at everybody else. Oh, it's because of you. It's because of you. It's because of you. But if they literally sit down and look deep within themselves, then they would see that they are affected by their own choices. Like, let me tell you something. You may think somebody else is affecting you, but in reality, it's the choices that people make that destroy them. They don't know. They, like, you don't control what somebody else will say. You don't control what somebody else may do. You don't control how they may act. You don't control their attitude. You don't control nothing about another person. You don't control nothing. So if you're sitting down and you think, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that, you can only say that you want them to do it. But in reality, you can't truly control them. The only person you can control is yourself. And I think people invest too much time trying to control others that they lack self-control and lack self-reflection because they can't see what they're doing and they don't know what they're saying. They don't know nothing about themselves apart from their name and probably their birthday. That's it. And their gender. That's it. Like, bro, the only way you can, like, practice self-reflection is, like, literally, I would say one of the biggest thing would be meditation. When I say meditation, I don't mean laying down and sleeping and then wake up and say, oh, I was meditating. No, no, no. I mean, like, literally spend time with yourself. Some people may think, oh, I can't stay home by myself because of this and because of that. Total garbage. You can enjoy your own company. Like, you don't need somebody else in order for you to have fun. If you can have fun by yourself and you enjoy your own company, that's one of the reasons why everybody else enjoy your company. Because you enjoy your own company. If you can stay by yourself and watch a movie and, have a couple of drinks and eat popcorn by yourself, and like you're having a good time, if you do it with somebody else, the person that you're doing it with will eventually have a good time because you know how to enjoy your own company. You know how to be fun by yourself. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, oh, you got to sit down and have a full on conversation with yourself, even though some people do that, talk to themselves, but that's not the point. If you enjoy your own company, somebody else will enjoy yours. That's just how it is. Like, people need to take time to look within themselves, and self-reflection is one of the biggest thing, I would say, in order to achieve anything. Because like that's one of the things I noticed. Like, people, they never see what they're doing, they never see what they're saying, and then a person can say or do something towards you, and then by the time you're like trying to explain to them, they're like, oh, but I never said that, and I never did this, and I never said this, and I never said that. And it's like sort of blaming everything and everybody else. That's someone that lacks self-reflection. How much times have you been, say, in friendships, and your friend, say, in a situation, and they blocked out, and then after they calm down, you're like, you know what, I'm not gonna say nothing to you until you're all calmed down. Then as soon as they get calm, then you're trying to explain the situation. Then to them, they have no idea what they were saying or what they're doing. To like, this is the same as being drunk. Exactly the same concept of being drunk. You're sober, you know what you're doing, you know what you're saying. When they drink too much and they get drunk, then they let loose, and like all these type of stuff. And things like this makes people think drinking is bad, but I don't think drinking is really bad, because drinking really reflects the heart. So, however you truly feel, like your true intentions come from when you're not sober. Because people can't bring themselves to say and do stuff unless they're not sober. So, if you're, say, a genuine person, like this guy, genuine, honest, kind person like this guy, then drink. Like, for me, drinking never really, say, affects me in no type of way. Like, when I drink, I'm a social drinker. So I wouldn't drink to cause problem or drink to be motivated to say something to somebody. No, that wasn't me. Like, I feel like when I drink, I, say, relax more a bit, and I don't focus more on business. Like, have fun. But like I said, self reflection comes from your true intentions, how you walk, how you talk, how you carry yourself, your attitude, how you present yourself forward. Because it makes no sense for you to make yourself look all dolly and everything, or whatever the case may be, and then you dress yourself up so nice, but beyond what's inside of you, it's nothing. You know what I mean? So with that being said, is in order for you to practice self-reflection, like I've said, you have to spend time to know yourself. You have to have motives. You have to have goals. And the first thing, bro, I'm saying this over and over and over and over and over again. If you guys haven't got it by now, then you just ain't gonna get it. The first thing is knowing who you are. Do not let nobody portray nothing to say this is how you are, because only you know who you are. Only you know what you would do, what you wouldn't do. Only you know. People can portray stuff, or their opinion. Oh, that person looked like this and that person looked like that. But guess what? If you know yourself, then you won't spend time trying to convince nobody. Because let me tell you something. In order for someone's opinion to affect you, you have to care. So if you know the type of person that you are, and you know yourself, and you know what you do and you know what you didn't do, then someone's opinion will never affect you, because from the beginning you didn't do it. And then you also know that this person is saying a bunch of stuff because they want your attention, they want your energy, they want your time. And because you know that that's what they want, then you don't give it to them. And that drives them crazy more. That's just life, and that's just how it is. You have to practice self-reflection. You have to see what you're doing and know what you're saying. You have to have motives. You have to have some desire. You have to know what you're driven by. And if you lack all of that, then you truly don't know who you are. You have no idea who you are. The best love comes from self-love. You have to love yourself first in order for everybody else to love you. You have to respect yourself first in order for you to be respected by everyone. You have to have confidence within yourself in order for people to believe in you. If you can't convince yourself that this is how it is, then can you really convince others that that's just the way it is? No. If you don't have self motivation, can you really inspire others? No. If you don't have self discipline, can you say discipline others? Can you lead a family? Can you lead, say, a company? No. And if you lack self reflection because you can't see what you're doing, then can you really tell others how to act? No. No. And that's just life. So I hope this message was useful for some of you guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. I will be back doing more stuff. You go enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.